Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Vinny in the Kitchen. I'm your host, Vinny. We're here in the kitchen and we're going to be taking another look at another Trader Joe's product. So let's get started. And what we're looking at today is the 8 mini raspberry pastries ready to bake. Basically comes in a nice kind of light raspberry colored packaging. You know, you can see that you got the pastry on the outside and you have the raspberry filling on the inside. And we're going to be taking a look at this today. You know, it's pretty big packaging. You know, about 1 foot by 1 foot. You know, kind of square packaging. Made in Belgium. So if anybody knows their sweets, it'd be those guys. So we're going to take a look here and get this going. All right, this is what they look like frozen. Wow, a lot different than I thought they were going to look like. It looks like they're folded in on the sides, and it's got this big raspberry medallion right on the inside of it. So wow, it definitely looked a little bit different than I thought it was going to be. You know, as far as looking at the back here, we're going to get you the nutritional facts here. Should be posting up on the screen there in just a second as I kind of read them out to you. You know, you got the ingredients there, you got your nutritional facts. You know, main thing is there's 8 pastries in a package, 8 of them in a package. So 1 pastry is a serving size, and you know, your main things that everyone's looking at is, of course, carbs, 13 carbs with about 5 sugars, and that includes the 5 added sugars, it says. So that's going to be the main things that we'll be always looking at is those nutritional facts. Baking instructions, as it reads, is bake from frozen, preheat oven to 375. Luckily for us, I got that going already at 375. And place the frozen pastries 2-inch apart on on a piece of parchment paper or foil lined baking sheet, and place directly in the oven for 16 to 20 minutes until golden brown, and then let it sit about 2 or 3 minutes before eating. Don't want to burn your tongue. So what we're gonna do though, the one thing it didn't say is whether it wants you to grease the foil or not. I don't really typically use parchment paper. Parchment paper is great, but you know, I like foil because I just feel like it's a little bit more universal and everything like that. So we're actually gonna put a couple on here. We're gonna cook 4. We're gonna do 1 here on one side, about 16 minutes, and see how it comes out. And we're not gonna grease this side of the pan. And then on this side, I'll take a little bit of butter, and then we're just going to get 2 again, and this is going to be, you know, 1 for here. This top will be for the 16 minutes, you know, when we'll do, you know, without the butter and with the butter for the grease, and then we'll do on this side 20 minutes without the grease, you know, pan, and then another 20 minutes, you know, for this guy with the grease. Pop it in the oven, and see you guys in about 16 minutes, I guess. Okay. Timer's off. Boom. So we're gonna take this. We'll put the 20-minute ones on the clear cutting board so we know the difference. So as you can see here, we're back. You know, we got our 16-minute ones and our 20-minute ones. The 16-minute ones are definitely not as golden brown. The 20-minute ones I think look a little bit better, since you have a much crispier and flaky kind of crust, where the 16 minutes, it looks almost a little bit undercooked. You know, and you can almost, if you zoom in here and you go to right there, you can kind of see that that dough is not 100% cooked. Where, you know, this guy is a little bit different, and we'll take up this one instead. And you can go into here and you can see that that inside is cooked a little bit more. So I would say that the 20 minutes is probably going to be your better bet as opposed to the 16. You're going to get, you know, a much better golden crispier flake for the pastry than you are for the 16. One thing that I noticed for me off the bat, in the picture, if you see it, it looks sunken in. You have this raspberry and it looks sunken into the pastry, where I feel like, especially with the 16, maybe it didn't cook long enough. You can see the raspberry looks to be a little bit higher. on the pastry. And then even here, you know, this guy moved a tad, but even if you even take this one, it is sunken in a little bit more, but I wouldn't say that. The picture makes it look like, you know, the pastry is kind of over, you know, having like kind of going over the raspberry filling, where here it looks to be kind of more level. So I don't know if the picture, you know, when I baked it, did it the same kind of justice. So that's one of the first things that I noticed. We're gonna take our knife, of course, and we're gonna do a little cut here. We'll take this kind of better looking dude. This is the 20-minute, and we'll, you know, cut it in half. Gives a nice cut. See the flakes coming off, and maybe even see the steam slightly coming off the pastry. But even at 20 minutes, you know, if you zoom in, it looks like this is just a little bit undercooked. Move over to this guy, our 16-minute guy. Cut him. This one did not the pastry flake off and kind of chip off. This guy didn't, and you can really tell that it's undercooked. And oh wow, yeah, you can really see that it's undercooked here, especially on the bottom. You know, where, you know, this one is definitely much more. This is the 20-minute, much more slight. The 16, much more apparent. And then even the bottoms, you know, you can see that the 20 minutes much crispier, and that this 16 is kind of soft here and everything like that. So, and we didn't even cook all 8 of them. You know, if you cooked all 8 of them, I'm sure you probably wouldn't even need to do about 20 or even 22 minutes to really get it all, because, you know, it's going to have more guys in there, and that surface area and everything like that is going to be affected because more heat's going to be needed to cook everything. So now we're going to move on to taste tests. You know, we'll start with our, I think we'll start with the 16-minute guy. I think the 20 minutes is going to be better, so I'd rather end on that one than kind of go back. Okay, so this is our 16-minute guy. Then let's take a taste. Raspberry is good. Good flavor on the raspberry filling. Really like it. I definitely like raspberries. I like the filling in it. Kind of overpowered the pastry. The pastry is not, you know, usually when you think of pastry, you think of that butter and that really big richness coming out. You don't get that as much. I would say that the raspberry kind of takes a hold of the flavor. And you know, as far as the 16-minute guy goes, it is a little bit undercooked, and it's a little bit softer. But for flavor-wise, they tasting pretty good. Let's move over to our crispier one. You know, this is the 20-minute guy. We'll cut him in half. Oh yeah, you can probably hear the crunch of it getting cut. And we'll take this guy out. Much better on 20 minutes. I think because of the pastry getting a little bit cooked more, it kind of has that it does bring out the flavor more of the actual pastry. You get that crunch, which is really nice. You kind of, for me, that's kind of what I look for in pastries, is you want that kind of flaky, crunchy exterior, but and on the inside you want to melt in your mouth. So that's what we're getting here. Raspberry is still very, very strong, very apparent. I kind of dissect it a little bit and see what we're pulling out here. And I guess, let's take a... You only taste the raspberry. That raspberry really, really kind of comes out and kind of hits you more than the pastry. So if you like it on the fruitier side and you like that you know, rich kind of raspberry spread, this is definitely going to be up your alley. You know, if you're looking for it to be kind of more pastry with just a little bit of fruit filling, or, you know, preserved kind of filling, you know, this is probably not going to be the right one for you. Okay guys, thanks so much for tuning in. You know, definitely the conclusion for this video would be definitely like the product, definitely think the pastry's good. You know, so please comment below, tell us, you know, are you you know, do you like the fruit filling more, do you like the pastry more? Let us know. You guys are just as much a part of this as me and Logan and everyone. And please subscribe. If you can hit that red button down there, that'd be awesome. And I'm your host, Vinny, in the kitchen. Got my assistant Logan helping me cook. Apple, high five. No high five? There you go. High five. All right, guys. Till next time. Take care.